So you always want to create opportunities for yourself. Self-made. Oh my God. Self-made is pretty much me. Self-made has given me the opportunity to see things from a different perspective. So with me, instead of waiting on somebody to give me permission, I give my own self permission. And I ask God, God, if this is your will, then I know. If it's not your will, it ain't going to push forward. It just ain't going to move forward. And I truly feel that's how God works. If it's not his will, it ain't going to move forward. And that's just my perspective of things because of my journey. Even as a little child, I seen things different. Like I felt like I was going to be someone of great purpose and that will live telling the world about God. And that was the important thing for me. Now, in the midst of that, there were some things that I had to go through to be strong. And in times when I wasn't strong, there were some things that I had to go through to build strength. And even in my weak moments, God used me. So when I see myself now, from where I was at in the past and where I'm at now, even in my speech and in my language and my confidence, I see the difference. I see the difference. I see that God is using me. I'm seeing that I'm motivated. I'm seeing that being self-made is an enjoyment for me. Now, look, not going to tell you like I don't have good days and bad days and one week is different from another week, even financially, but I keep pressing. I keep pressing and I keep believing. I keep believing and I keep manifesting. And as long as I keep manifesting, I see there's strength in words. And where there's strength in words, there's the possibility that I'm going to really see the things that I'm visioning. Even when I can't touch them, I see it. And so that's the most important. You get to manifest those things and it may not be in 30 days or within 3 to 6 months. It may be that year. It was some things that I manifested that was like 6 to 10 years ago. And as well as my book, I knew I was going to write a book. I kept manifesting. It took me almost 15, 20 years to get that book going. But God positioned me. I really felt like that God was saying, you got to go through a little bit more, baby. A little bit more before you can write this book. I need you to go through a little bit more. And that was just powerful for me because God aligned me to that. Even as a mother, when times I didn't think that I was going to be or I was capable of being the best mom, right? And it was times when I was being tried. It was times where, I just couldn't understand what those decisions that I had to make. It was sometimes I couldn't understand the format of the paperwork or the conversations that was, being thrown to me. And it was times it's like I got so much going on in my head. It was just cloudy. And I couldn't process everything because I was fighting my own battles. And imagine me fighting my own battles and just being a single mom. And it was like, well, God, I ain't going to let this be an excuse because I'm a single mom. I'm going to do what I can. So even what that means, I'm not going to take nobody's mess, no matter where it comes from. It could come from my kids, partner, and whoever that was around my energy, I was not going to take it. I am a person that I would cut it off quick because I just don't have the time or the patience to not feel like I'm not in a good space in my life. Even for myself, I used to be so hard on myself because I expected more from me. And I had to give myself grace. Sometimes we got to give ourselves grace to know that it just takes time. Reflection is a great tool. In order to do that, you have to sometimes look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes you may not have the words to say, and sometimes the only thing that you can say is, it's okay. And even when that okay means I forgive myself and I'm going to be able to say, I can let go. So I can move forward to my next destiny or the next step or whatever that may look like, right? I used to feel like I had to be the biggest influential speaker to get a message across, and then I realized people are really inspired by my walk and the pathways that I have taken in my life, no matter what it looked like. They seen my failures. They seen everything. People have seen me get things taken away from me. And then when you go through those things in your life and it builds strength, and it's like, oh, okay, that was taken away from me. Okay, let's start over. That's it. That's all that you can do. Just keep going. Let's keep going. Nobody can dictate who you are due to what you don't have, due to the purpose that God has on you and in your life. Nobody can determine your greatness because God already has it planned out. So if we think materialistic things can determine who we are, that's bull crap. No car, no house, no nothing can make you feel like who you are when you know what God has for you. And that's why I say importantly, that's why I always advocate that it's important to stay spiritually focused and connected to God. But because you cannot do it without Him. You may feel like you can, but I promise you always going to be calling on Him during those hours of sorrow, even happiness. It's whatever you feel like, because people can get blessed and have doubt. They're like, "Ooh, what's gonna happen? I just got blessed. Is something gonna happen because I got this blessing?" You'd be surprised what people's mental state is. That's why I always continue to advocate. Love on you. Understand what it is that God is trying to show you. Even if you have to isolate yourself for some days, weeks, just to know what it is that God is trying to show you. Isolation can also be a beautiful thing because you can have that alone time with God. And people may think you acting funny. And clearly, my dear, that's none of your business because God working on you. He's about to reveal some things to you, not only for yourself, but to share with people. So even during this isolation, let me get you prepared. You're going to go through some things. You may get some kickback from your family. Even your children may try you. Things going to start happening. And you'll be like, what the heck? What is going on? Like, what's really good? But my dear loves, my loves, you better stay focused. You better bet on yourself. Because if you don't bet on yourself, guess what? Nobody will. Now, when you bet on yourself, when people start watching you bet on yourself, watch how God send those strangers, friends, family members your way, say, I'm all in with you. You will have people investing in you, investing in your dream, and I'm telling you, I'm a witness. I am a witness. So guys, I am so glad that I am back. I am back. And you know that you're in the right room with Cintoria because, honey, I'm going to have you feeling motivated if you're having a bad day because it's all about growth. It's all about sustaining growth and learning. I am 41 years old, and this year alone, I have learned so much. So never withdraw from learning and learning from people because I always say a mentor needs a mentor and a leader needs a leader. How important is that? Hey, y'all stay spiritually connected. I'm sorry, let me say it again. You all stay spiritually focused and connected. I'm going to get it right. But guess what? I wasn't afraid to say it again and try again. Let's go. Cheer.